Hare Krishna. So welcome to all of you for this program. I just came to know that Jagannath Priyabu also was not here for quite a long time. So you have been missing him also. And I feel like I am taking a program out of his supposed to speak here today. Somehow he invited me to come. I can't make justice to his presence here, but I hope you will tolerate me and speak something on the glories of book distribution. You heard about that every year in the month of December especially, all over the world, ISKCON organizes a marathon, not running marathon, a book distribution marathon, wherein we extend ourselves and share what we have received. We have all received a great gift of spirituality under the auspices of Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada also wanted that we should be very generous and we should also share what we have. In sharing we receive more mercy. So part of book distribution is to share what we have. So we have got the mercy of accessing beautiful books of Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada wanted us to also share with the whole world. So throughout the world in the month of December, actually throughout the year, devotees do book distribution, but especially in the month of December, a concentrated effort is made. In the month of December, especially in the Western world, there is the Christmas holiday and the vacation, and people go for shopping, they want to spend a lot. So therefore, devotees would go out and distribute books, and people would buy books. So this same concept has come to India, but in India there is no Christmas vacation as such, not much of shopping zeal. But one thing good in December which happens is, in the month of December, the Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago. So that comes in the month of December. So in India, it is called as Gita Jayanti month. So we celebrate in this way, by distributing Bhagavad Gita to all people here. So I would like to recollect some nice stories and pastimes of how Srila Prabhupada's books have influenced people, how they have become devotees. I remember some 12-13 years back, I had a chance to go to Badrinath. How many of you had a chance to go to Badrinath? Good. So Badrinath is quite high in the Himalayas, and when someone told me that you want to join us to Badrinath, I was very excited to go to Badrinath. And our train reached Delhi, then we took another train, got down at Haridwar, and then we took a bus, reached Rishikesh, and then we had an overnight halt there. And I remember I was told that tomorrow morning we have to prepare, because morning 6 o'clock the bus will begin to move. Hare Krishna. Morning 6 o'clock the bus will begin to move. Destination Badrinath. And the bus will move, and the bus will keep moving throughout the day. And finally in the night you will reach Badrinath. I said, goodness, more than 12 hours of travel from Rishikesh to Badrinath. So I had heard about the beautiful scenery of Himalayas. So early morning when the bus came, I went a little ahead of time to book my seat near the window to see the whole nice scenery. And the bus began its journey, and the bus was moving up. And as the bus was moving up, the Ganga which was flowing next door was getting more deep down in the valley. And the sheer excitement became a little terrifying experience, seeing from the window the bus is moving on the edge of the road, overtaking other buses. You can see actually Ganga down. And then I got to hear so many things in the past. Sometimes the bus falls down once in a while, and then Hari Bol. Nor the bus, nor the people are found. So all those thoughts came, my goodness, what will happen if my bus falls down? So I remember I was so frightened, I changed my seat. From window seat I came on the other seat, just so that I don't see that. And the whole day the bus was traveling, the driver was almost driving, taking a short break, that's all. And in the evening 6 o'clock, we managed to reach one place called Joshi Mutt. And they told that the Badrinath gate is closed, you have to wait overnight, tomorrow morning it will open. And then another 2-3 hours of journey more. So we waited, we stopped at Joshi Mutt. The next morning, 6 o'clock the bus moved. And finally at 9:30, we reached Badrinath. And when we reached Badrinath, it was such a wonderful experience to see Badrinath. Beautiful mountains and beautiful Alaknanda Ganga flowing, the shrine of Badri Vishal. And everything was so nice. And it was worth the entire travel to reach Badrinath. But there are all different difficulties also. The weather was very cool. We began from Bombay, it was very hot. Badrinath was cool. We had to wear 2 sweaters, socks and all. Not used to Bombay. Bombay people don't wear socks and all. But wearing socks and this and that. And to take bath in Badrinath is the most difficult thing. I still remember. It was my quickest bath ever I had taken. Less than a minute. It was ice cold water. So we went and took darshan of the beautiful deity of Badri Vishal. And when someone told us that you can go close by, there is a village which is the last village of India on this part. And there is this beautiful cave called as Vyas Gufa. So when we went there, I was told that this is a place where Vyasdev compiled all the Vedic literatures. Ganeshi Gufa also was nearby, where Ganeshi wrote everything, Vyasdev was dictating. So it's very so fortunate that I have come to a place, such a high in Himalayas, the original place where Vyasdev wrote down all the books, everything which we know about Vedic literatures. And suddenly a point struck me that today, everywhere, any corner of the world, if someone wants a Bhagavatam copy, he can get access to Bhagavatam just by making a phone call or asking for an order through an email. I was wondering that somewhere in Himalayas, in Badrinath, which was not accessible for every people in general, just 20-30 years back the roads were made so buses are moving up. Up until that time the place was not accessible. In fact, it's in the old age, many years back, people would say, I am going for Tirth Yatra in Himalayas. They would arrange a send-off party to him. He is not going to come back again. No return. Today people go and come back. And this is a place in Badrinath where the books were written, and today all over the world these books are available. So I was wondering how this happened. And then I became very much grateful that the contribution is because of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who compiled those books so beautifully and made it available to all people all over the world. What was only an Indian concept of having books, Gita and Bhagavad, has become a universal concept, has become a world concept. People everywhere can access to their books of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada, he always mentioned that one of his most important mission in his life was to write these books, get it printed and arrange for distribution. In fact, one time Prabhupada, in a very light conversation, one devotee asked the Prabhupada, you came to this world, how it was that? How it happened? So Prabhupada said in a very light conversation mood that actually I didn't want to come here. But Krishna was forcing me to go down to preach. I said, Krishna, it's a very difficult place, material world. And Krishna said, don't worry, just go down, write some books, come back. So this devotee was mentioning that Prabhupada was very clear in his life. What was his mission? To write books. I was hearing a nice talk of Raghunath Maharaj, and he was mentioning that why did Prabhupada, during Prabhupada time, devotees really went all out of their way to distribute so many books. Now we are in December, it's a very nice period, nice month, little cool, everything is good here. But to distribute books in December month in Western countries, it is so difficult. Some of you have been to US, Canada, Europe. minus 20, minus how much? Minus 20? Minus 10. In Russia, sometimes minus 30. And devotees distribute books in such temperatures. So Maharaj was mentioning what was the reason for devotees to do that activity. Because they saw what Prabhupada was doing. They saw that during the day Prabhupada was with them, managing ISKCON, preaching, traveling, and at night time they were about to sleep, and as Prabhupada getting up after a 2-hour nap at night, 11:30, and in the silent atmosphere of dead night, he would translate these books so that this book is available. Prabhupada did not have time in the daytime to write these books, but he knew he had to write these books. So that he would sacrifice his sleep. Now we all know, to sacrifice sleep is so difficult. If some night we could not sleep, we plan, next day we will cover it up. Is it not? And we take a little extra also. But Srila Prabhupada, every night, he dedicated to writing his books. And that made, Maharaj mentions, that made devotees feel indebted to Prabhupada. That our spiritual master is doing so much to write these books, and he wants these books to be printed and distributed. And Prabhupada travelled all over the world 14 times, and in those 14 times Prabhupada wanted to reach everyone in the world. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's message was every town and village. Prabhupada knew that he had no capacity to reach every place. But he knew he cannot reach physically, but his books can reach. And therefore he pushed the book distribution movement. And we can see that Prabhupada made an amazing achievement. In 12 years of time, he is preaching in the West from 1965 to 1977, just 12 years. He was able to get 108 temples. 108 temples. Now can you imagine 108 temples in 12 years for a man who is 69 years, 70 years old? It is next to impossible. In today's today's estimation, if we take, if someone wants to make an ISKCON temple, sometimes the planning takes 12 years. Collecting funds, executing it, making a temple, making it stand. What to speak of 108 temples with hundreds of devotees in it, no place to sleep or flourishing. So it is not an ordinary man's job. Today we want to make temple, it's so difficult. Someone told me that there is going to be a temple in Thane soon. I'm just hearing about it. Nothing is coming there. What is going to happen? Years and years are going by. This temple which is supposed to be made in Mira Road. But for years and years, at least I know 20 years before I joined, they had a plan of making a temple there. Last 20 years still they are making a temple. In Hare they are trying to make a temple, last 6 years. It is difficult to make a temple. But in 12 years, Prabhupada had 108 temples. So Prabhupada did all that through the medium of his books, because he reached people through books. That is power of Srila Prabhupada's books. And we can see that these books of Prabhupada has reached people and affected their lives. So many devotees who are today in a very important position in ISKCON have come to Srila Prabhupada's books directly in touch with them. I was recently in Vrindavan and happened to meet one Prabhupada disciple, one lady, very short stature lady. Her name is Devi Shakti Mataji. And I was told that this devotee Mataji, when she was in America in the 20s, when she was 20-25 age, she would regularly go to the airport to distribute Prabhupada books. And there in the airport she met many people and she gave out books. And many of those people who took books from her became ISKCON leaders today. Later. They joined and they became ISKCON leaders. And two of them, if you know their name, is Niranjan Maharaj and Devamrit Maharaj, who met her in the airport. And she gave out book to them, called them to temple. They came to temple and they became devotees. And today they are taking leading position in Prabhupada's ISKCON movement. Even as Radhanath Maharaj mentions in his Journey Home book, that when he was in India, Radhanath Maharaj was travelling in India, and one particular place he was fascinated by a poster. a poster of a blue boy playing flute. He did not know who this person is. He just kept a poster and then visited so many places, the Himalayas, Nepal and all those. And finally one particular day he came to Mumbai. And then he came out of Mumbai and he was just going out for a walk. And then he saw a beautiful balloon hanging in the air, a helium balloon. And then he saw the name Hare Krishna on the top. So he asked, what is this Hare Krishna? He said, some program is going on, go and check it out. So he came to this program. As soon as he entered, he saw a stall, a book table. And he went near the book table, and the first thing he sees is that very blue boy playing flute on the cover of the book. For so many years, so many months he was in Mumbai, in India, he did not know who that boy was. But as soon as he came near the book, he saw the same blue boy with flute in hand, and on the top it is written Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Maharaj mentioned in Journey Home that the mystery of the blue boy was revealed on the Krishna book. And Maharaj mentions also in Journey Home that very evening Maharaj was sitting in the crowd and Prabhupada came and wanted to give a lecture, and Prabhupada called him all the way from behind. So Maharaj was called and he was sitting next to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada began chanting on the kartal. And which mantra he chanted? Hare Krishna. And immediately Maharaj recollected, I have heard this mantra. And Maharaj mentioned, this is a very mantra I heard from Ganga when he was sitting. So Maharaj mentioned in Journey Home book that one day so many mysteries are getting revealed. First, the blue boy, and second, Hare Krishna mantra from the same person. And Prabhupada picked Maharaj up from the audience. So everything was getting connected. Maharaj was getting all the answers of his life. So finally Maharaj decided that he wanted to buy that book, that Krishna book. But Maharaj had no money. So he decided to try out asking for alms, begging on the streets of Mumbai. So nearby there was a crossroad and there were signal lights. So Maharaj had to beg on the signal lights on the passing vehicles. But Maharaj felt very shy to do that. But he still did because he wanted to buy a book desperately. So with this he tried his best, but he could collect very few little money here and there. But one devotee came to know that this boy, young American, wants to buy Prabhupada's Krishna book. And he's trying his best, he's begging. So he pulled over Maharaj, and the next evening he took Maharaj next to Prabhupada and told Prabhupada, this boy wants to buy your Krishna book, and for that he is begging on the streets, but he is not able to collect money. So Prabhupada, please give me your Krishna book. And the book was given. Prabhupada handed over the Krishna book and told him, thank you very much for your endeavor. So Maharaj mentions very emotionally in the journey of that, how he was touched by Srila Prabhupada. And Maharaj also mentioned that his first ever service in ISKCON was when he entered the pandal. He saw that on the book table there was one devotee standing, Giriraj Swami, and he was handling the books. But he was finding it difficult to deal with Indians. The Indians would come and cheat him, trick him. Some people would talk to him, other people would fix some books from the other side. So Maharaj decided to help him. So Maharaj on the book table. So Maharaj mentioned my first ever service in ISKCON was to stand on the book table and guard the books for Giriraj Swami. So I was just thinking that so many devotees came in touch with the Hare Krishna movement and the philosophy of Krishna consciousness by first contacting the books. And these books have come to rescue many people who are in dire need of answers to their life. I remember hearing one particular story of a devotee. This devotee, before he became a devotee, he was very frustrated in his life, very much stressed. So he decided his mind was really shouting at him. He was not able to control his mind. So he decided to enter into a nearby stadium where rock and roll show was going on. He thought that the blazing music will deafen him and his mind will not shout. The speakers will shout more louder than the mind. So he went there and this whole moving sound, loud sound, but still he was not able to control it. He was really feeling very sad. So the big audience in the stadium, it was all dark everywhere. He just raised his hand and said, is someone there to help me like that? And in that stadium, some devotees had come for doing book distribution. So this one devotee approached one man for the books. So this man was heavily drunk. So he took the book and said, what is this? And he just threw the book like that. And on the other side of the stadium, this man was raising his hand. Is there anyone here who can help me? And this book came and directly landed on his head. Pitch dark. He did not know where the book came from. He picked up the book, kept the book, took it home, and read the book cover to cover. He got all the answers of his life in that one book. He saw the address from which place this book has come. He found that the temple or center of Hare Krishna is very close by. He went there. He became a devotee. There's one person I remember who went to the Middle East, and there somewhere on a store he got a Gita. He read the Bhagavad Gita, he was very impressed, and from the Bhagavad Gita he came to know one should chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna, one should offer food to the deities. So for 1 year he was in Middle East, no idea who devotees of Hare Krishna, what it is, but he started chanting Hare Krishna, 4 principles, offering food. After 1.5 years, he got a vacation, so he came back to India. He was in his house chanting Hare Krishna like this. And suddenly, he came to know his next door neighbor also chanting Hare Krishna. So he said, you chanting Hare Krishna, I also chanting Hare Krishna. And he told him that actually Hare Krishna is a temple name, and there are devotees visiting Hare Krishna temple. I also go, you also come. So he also came along. And this person later became an initiated devotee in his content. That is power of Srila Prabhupada's books. It can connect people anywhere in the world to Krishna. Connect everyone. Recently I was having a Skype talk with one devotee from Guyana in South America. So I asked him, any stories you have from book distribution? The young brahmachari, 20-year-old boy, he said that the first time ever he went for distribution of books, he just went on the streets and he was approaching door to door and shop to shop. So one lady was there. So we told the lady that please take this book. This is a very nice book. So the lady said, don't disturb me. I am very much troubled. And this devotee said, this book will solve all your problems. Please take this book. So the lady started sobbing, actually crying tears. You do not know what trouble I am undergoing. In my house every day we are fighting. Who is fighting? My husband and myself. Continuous. There has been not a single day where we don't fight. And it's a really intense fight. I am troubled by that. I can't stop it. So this devotee said, please take this book. It will help in your life. Please read this book. So she took the book and she went back home. Around 4 or 5 days later, the devotee was distributing book, and then again the lady came and she was very happy. She thanked the devotee, thank you very much for that book. It has really helped me. The devotee asked, what happened? How it helped you? Please tell me. He said, in our house, whenever we have fight, now we contribute, both of us will contribute each other's fight. So now when the Bhagavad Gita has come to me, so whenever my husband is shouting at me, I immediately pick up the Bhagavad Gita and start reading. So what has happened is, my husband finds no more interest in fighting now. Because fight can only take place and can grow more when 2 parties are involved. 1 party is involved, the fight is no use. What a big thing. So I read Bhagavad Gita, I keep calm by reading Gita. And the result is, my husband stopped fighting. So I was thinking that at any grassroots level, the Bhagavad Gita of Srila Prabhupada can connect to people. It can help. And there are hundreds and hundreds of stories of inspiration. I was mentioning about how availability of in Badrinath, the book of Bhagavatam and Bhagavatam is available anywhere in the world. Recently I had been to West Africa and I came to know about a nice story there. So, there's one devotee who was in the airport to give out Srila Prabhupada's book, distribute Prabhupada's books. So he had finished up all the small books of Prabhupada. On his trolley he had a big Bhagavatam set, a box. He was thinking what to do with that Bhagavatam said. And then he felt that he should relieve himself, go to the restroom. But he was thinking, how can I carry Bhagavatam in the restroom, I can't go inside with Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is a spiritual book. But he also knows if he leaves it outside, what will happen? It will go on. It's Africa. Anything can happen outside. So he was praying, he was in two minds, and finally he decided, I have to take the books. The books are important, very costly, the whole Bhagavatam said. So he prayed to Krishna and took the trolley inside the restroom, inside the bathroom, and kept it there nearby. After doing his duty, when he came out again, he saw a man standing and staring at that box. So he said, can I help you? He said, what is this box all about? Or these are the books. Oh, I can see Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. I have read this name somewhere. So he told that Bhaktivedanta Book Trust is connected to ISKCON Society and we distribute spiritual books. Oh, now I remember Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. So I have some few books of Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. And what is this in such a big box? This is Srimad Bhagavatam. In this book, everything is there. And the essence is there in 12 cantos. So he said, how much for this? So we told him that this will cost. Immediately, he gave the money. And the Bhagavatam was sold. Bhagavatam was sold in the bathroom. This can only happen with books which are genuine, authorized books. That it can touch people just by looking at them. Srila Prabhupada said, it is not like Bhagavad Gita was available in the world only after Prabhupada went to America. No. Bhagavad Gita is available. Prabhupada said, why then no one became a devotee? Because everyone presented Bhagavad Gita with his own views. As a result, the message became diluted. It was no more Krishna's message, it was my message to Krishna's world. So Prabhupada said, but when we presented Bhagavad Gita in 1965-1966, authorized edition, Prabhupada said, with no change as it is, Prabhupada said, that is my contribution. Because I gave message undiluted, the result was people read, and from different background people became devotees. They got a connection to Krishna. That is the power of Srila Prabhupada's books. So many times we see that how these books of Prabhupada made a tremendous influence of old devotees. In fact, sometimes devotees may ask, Prabhuji, what my one book or two book, whatever I give, what that will make a difference? We don't know what that one book can do. Sometimes because we are in a very corporate world, we are in a competition world outside, we think that what our two books, three books, what will do. But we should never underestimate the power of one book. One book can do miracles. I'll tell you two stories, one from India and one from abroad. We begin with the abroad story. There was one man in Congo in Africa. He was settled down, he was a French man but settled in Congo with his wife and a son. So this man happened to go to once France and he was in Paris. He was about to come back, catch a flight and come back to Congo. So he was sitting in the lounge waiting for the announcements to take place. And he saw on a table a book. So he picked up the book and read it for 5-10 minutes, and the announcement took place that the flight is ready to, flight to Congo is ready, people can board the flight. So he got up, kept the book and about to leave, and he thought, then he just again saw back and he decided to actually take the book. But he was thinking, but this does not belong to me, He checked. He picked up the book, looked here and there, no one was watching it, no one was claiming it. He kept the book in front of everyone in his bag, no one said anything. He just walked in. He came in the airplane, he had a big flight, long hours flight. He opened the book, read the book. He went through maximum pages of the book. The only thing he came to know was there is a very nice personality in this book, Krishna, who gives nice messages. He did not know who is Krishna is also. So when he came home, he told his son and his wife that today I got a book of Krishna. So who is Krishna? A very nice man, gives nice messages. So Every now and then, every 2 days, he would pick up the book and he would say to wife and child, Krishna said this, and he would quote something. And Krishna says that and quote that. And he never knew who Krishna is. So this child, the son, he was a teenager, soon graduated out and he wanted to go for a post-graduation. So he enrolled in a course in a country which is next door in South Africa. So he joined a university there. So he flew from Congo to South Africa. And there he was studying, and then one particular day in university campus, 2 devotees come out with the books, to distribute books in the university campus. So the guy just boy and said, please take this book, these are very nice books. Well, who is this? This is Krishna. Krishna. I've heard this name somewhere. Oh, I remember a father used to always say Krishna says this. Krishna. Who is this Krishna, by the way? So the devotee said, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is God. Is it? No one ever told me that. So they gave him a book. He said, if you want to see Krishna, you can come with us. So they had a temple nearby, and this devotee went, this boy went and saw the deity of Krishna. From there he called his father. He said, you're talking about Krishna so many times. Do you know who Krishna is? No, I just heard about it. Krishna is God. And I can see him here. He's standing in the temple here. So this boy became very serious in spiritual life. He started chanting Hare Krishna. And he was kind of pursuing his parents. And finally the parents shifted their base from Congo to South Africa, and they all became devotees. Just see the power of one book. One book in Paris made devotees in Congo. And finally they became the practitioners of Hare Krishna movement in South Africa. Just one book. That is the power of Srila. One book is there. One devotee in Mumbai, he was not a very nice, and sometimes for book distribution people feel that I need some skills to distribute Srila Prabhupada's books. No, not required. Whatever little purity we have got, faith we have, that if this book has touched my heart, I am such a hard-hearted fellow, if I become a good devotee, anyone can become a devotee. So you just go out and you can see. You can do Prabhupada's books, even though you don't have speaking skills, you don't have oratorship, you can't do marketing, no problem. And none of the skills are required from distributing Prabhupada's books. Why? Because there is sheer faith, conviction that this book will help others. It can help. So one devotee went out, for a whole day he was trying to distribute, not even one book went out. So he was so frustrated, he was thinking, what is happening? I am such a rascal, I cannot distribute even one book. So on his way back home, he just met one person, one lady, and told her, please buy this book. And in India, generally people say, हमारे पास है भगवद गीता. The same standard dialogue came. The Mataji said, मेरे पास गीता है. So he was thinking, so he removed Bhagavatam first canto. आपको ऐसे ही नहीं, ये जरूर लेना, भूलना मत. So the lady saw that this person is really, wanting me to buy this book. Some frustration maybe. She could do that. Okay, no problem, I'll buy this book for her. For this man's pleasure, she bought the book. So this devotee gave the address of a temple. Please come to a temple. So this devotee came back to temple and he was very happy. Hey, kitab to gaya Maharaj. 2 days later, he was chanting his rounds in the temple hall, and he saw that very lady whom he gave the book, she entered the temple hall. And he saw, देखा है इसको मैंने. And then he remembered, oh, this is a lady. And then he saw that lady came and sat. And immediately there was one Mataji who just came and talked to that lady. And immediately they became good friends. They were talking for half an hour. And she was explaining about Krishna. She was very happy. At least someone is there to take care of her. Coming week on Sunday feast, she also came back. This lady came in. She attended the whole program. And that day the lady was preaching to her devotee Mataji. And she was having the chanting beads in her hands. In a month's time, this lady, she was wearing Kanti Mala and she was chanting Hare Krishna. The devotee was mentioning, I am not a good book distributor. एक किताब distribute किया, लेकिन उसमें devotee बन गया. So one book is enough. One book is enough. So we have to just go out, try our best, whatever way we can. I have seen devotees who are, when we come together unitedly, it has an amazing effect on people. Unity is the strength. Unity is the strength. Although very difficult to do anything in passionate cities, come together, it makes a great impact. I have seen many times, I have interviewed devotees who come in groups together and put up a stall and distribute books. I met devotees of, like Hare, you have distribution every year. Then I met devotees in Navi Mumbai, I have met devotees in Kolaba. No problem. What they have never done, we have never done anything such kind of thing in our life, marketing kind of books, spiritual books. But Prabhupada books, when you take in hand and you go out, we approach, it has a different impact. I met one group, or just like all of you. I ask every December you make a group and you go out and distribute in malls. How do you manage? I just ask, So one group, one devotee said, Prabhuji, it's an excitement, What excitement? Going on the street and giving out people an excitement? Yes, Prabhuji, it's an excitement. See, when program is happening, once in a week I meet the devotees. And if I miss that, the next week. That's it. But on book distribution AU, every night I meet devotees. And we come together and it's a united effort. And he mentions, this is the one service which everyone can take part. He told me, program जब होता है तो प्रभु जी आके लेक्चर लेके निकल जाते हैं. 2-3 लोग प्रसाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करते हैं, बाकी लोग सिर्फ अटेंड करके their audience, they not much participation, not much seva. But book distribution is such seva, a small child can take part, a young man, a young lady, a family man, an old person, everyone has a contribution to do on the table. And then he told me what happens. I said, how do you manage the stall? He said, simple. He said, my wife, she drives the car. So everything is in the car, the dicky. Table is there, the books are there. So she drives the car and she parks the car and then she picks up the table and she assembles the table near a mall and the children help her in putting the books and then she sits because she can't do alone anything. So she waits. In half an hour time, some more ladies come and they carry some tiffins, some boxes with snacks. Because they all know Prabhuji will come later, they are very tired, they need some food. So some Matajis prepare. Now 3-4 Matajis are there. By 7:30 the Prabhujis come. And soon the whole stall is now exuberant, lot of enthusiastic participation. And immediately books go fast. And he said, Prabhuji, when someone buys a book on the stall, we feel so elated that for this person I came. And if someone comes and tells, I was waiting for this book, I finally got this book. If someone tells that, आज का दिन बन गया है, इसके लिए हमने बुक लगाया इसको. If someone becomes a devotee, want to speak of that. I had experience in a personal life. I put up a stall in Vashi. 1st December, when we put a stall, the entire congregation was there. One young boy came. He was working in some IT company there. So he came, he was intrigued by so many people standing on the streets, all very nicely dressed, what they are doing. So he came closer to the stall. As you come to the stall, then devotees are there to catch you. So they got hold of him and said, where do you stay from? He was new in Mumbai. So he was very fascinated. Bhagavad Gita बेच रहे हैं आप लोग. इतने सब आप लोग educated लोग हैं. So he ended up buying a Gita. So next, then we gave him prasad also. Whatever snacks was bought, gave him also. Because it was very simple, nice boy. Young man. So next day again he was coming because that was his regular path to walk. And he again saw the stall. Aaj bhi aap log hain. So immediately he came next to me. Then I preached to him. Gave him prasad again. 1st, 2nd, 3rd December, 4th. That particular year, 7th December was Gita Jayanti. So Gita Jayanti day, he put little extra efforts. You will not believe that. 1st December he had come on the stall, picked up his Gita. On 7th December he was on a stall distributing Bhagavad Gita. And after that effort, he started chanting Hare Krishna and became a devotee. So this is the power of unified efforts. We alone cannot preach much, but we come together, it makes an impact. And what is the best way to preach? How much I can preach? Now in this place I am giving a lecture. How many people are hearing? Not many. Prabhupada said, your 1 minute of preaching, what it can do? Give him a book. He carries the book in his house. It will remain for years together. And it will help so many people. So many people. In fact, many of our devotees in Radha Gopinath temple congregation, they came to books. One particular family, they got a book. So you all know the joke, Bhagavad Gita, Jashi Ai Tashi. In Marathi they say Jashi Ai Tashi. People keep Jashi Ai Tashi. You know. So the Yatharu Bhakti was, as it is, kept it in the shelf. Did not read. 10, 12 years the Bhagavad Gita was lying in a shelf, no one ever touched it. The day it was kept, no one ever touched it. After 12 years, one particular day, some big calamity, some big problem happened in the family. Business problems, family issues. So they went to an astrologer to take some consultation. The astrologer said that you have some problems in your life, you take part in some spiritual activity. Read some spiritual books. Is it? So he went back home and initially he found his only one spiritual book was the Bhagavad Gita, which he had bought 12 years back. He picked up the book, started reading the Bhagavad Gita. And he told his children, all sit down, we read together because we all have problems in life, family problems. They were all fascinated by the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita there was a card, invitation card. That's very important. So when you give book, you should also have an invite card. Otherwise the book goes, the person goes, he does not know where to report back if he is interested. The card mentioned Radha Gopinath Temple, 7 km Munshiparan, Chopati, Mumbai 7, and a phone number. So this family came to temple, they liked the program. Eventually they became devotees. And today this family is one of the very, very important congregation members in Radha Gopinath Temple. I don't know whether you know about this family. This family is very much instrumental in many programs in Hare. One of the programs this family does is the Vrindavan Society program. This is the family of Dayal Chandra Prabhu. Dayal Chandra Prabhu and his family came to one group. So there are so many stories we can quote about how people have been impressed, how people have been encouraged, inspired to take up bhakti in their day-to-day life. So therefore, on this eve of book distribution is coming, we just hope and pray that we can try our best. That's very important. Try our efforts. We have one devotee, Amal Prabhu. He is a HR manager in JP Morgan. So last year he became a devotee through a Gita course. So he told me that he was such a big position he was in. He went on the stall and he saw that he was trying to distribute books. No one would buy a book from him. He became very much discouraged. But when I go to office, people are there, Salam Sahab, and people are waiting for my orders. And here, एक व्यक्ति ने किताब नहीं लिया मुझसे. From 1st December 20th December 20 दिन तक वो स्टॉल पे गए, किसी ने किताब लिया नहीं. No one took book from him. He was feeling so humbled, you know. That's such a big position in company. Everyone respects him, and now on the streets, no one is buying it. No one is even acknowledging his presence on the street. He was feeling so bad. He was praying to Krishna, Krishna, please let me distribute one book of Prabhupada. He was feeling so desperate to distribute one book out 20 days. But nothing was happening. And finally on 21st he got a phone call. His friend called him and said, Amal, how are you? So he was like, हाँ चल रहा है, ठीक चल रहा है. क्या कर रहा है? कुछ नहीं, ऐसे थोड़ा. वो वैसे actually then he said, you're such a big man, you do a lot of donations. Why don't you take Bhagavad Gita? So the man was surprised. अरे क्या बात कर रहे हैं? तू कब से Bhagavad Gita में पढ़ गया है? तेरे Bhagavad Gita अच्छी हो गया ना, लेना चाहिए, बांटना चाहिए. Every year you distribute books to your employees, distribute gifts to your employees. Why don't you give Gita as gift, you know? So this man who was talking was a Christian. He said, are you crazy? I should distribute Gita. What's wrong? You know, it's a good thing, good pious activity you can do. Try it out. So okay, conversion over, then they began to speak something else. 2 days later, this Christian friend calls Amal and says, Well, what you said makes sense, I thought of it. I said every year I give something, which doesn't last much. Well, Gita is a good book to you. Immediately he said, well, I want books worth 75,000 rupees. I'll give to all my clients. So this Amal Prabhu was not able to issue even one book. Was thinking in his mind desperately, I should do something. Krishna saw that eagerness. And Krishna opened up front so much that Amal Prabhu, who had not even done one book in his whole marathon, became a top book distributor on 21st December. So this is how we can see that even a layman can do anything. Layman can do anything. Because the power is not in our speech, the power is in the book we are holding. That's it. So you are carrying the power. And the Hindi saying is that दाने दाने पे लिखा है खाने वाले का नाम. On Prabhupada's book, हर किताब पे लिखा है लेने वाले का नाम. It has never happened so far in our history of our Gopinath temple that we got books and the books were not sold. It has never happened. We always fall short of books. We order 1 lakh books. Invariably by 3rd week of December we have to order more books. This is the power that every year we reach 1,30,000 issued Prabhupada with so many books. How? Because books have power. The only thing is someone has to carry those books out to people, show them, they'll buy it. People get fascinated by Prabhupada's books. You show them color plates, photos, and they're so happy, and they just buy this book. Nothing, 100 rupees, nothing. So we wish and hope that all of you try your best in your own way. If you can do on stalls or you can do personally. We have many schemes. Our Damodar Bhav, Deepak Bagla Prabhu has got some pamphlets from the temple and announced some schemes to you. In whatever way we can help. There is no pressure as such. When you do out of inspiration. In fact, one thing is that once you issue some books, you will get some experience, and that experience will always remain with you throughout your life. And so many devotees who have done book distribution, 1 or 2 incidents come, they remain. Like one lady, some 3-4 ladies wanted to do distribution. So one Mataji said, why don't you go to Sabji Wala and distribute? So they went to the Sabji market, and Mataji is thinking, मैंने अपने जीवन में सब्जी के अलावा और कुछ खरीदा नहीं थे और बेचा भी नहीं इसको. And she was feeling very shy, but she knew one thing, that if I pray to Krishna and Prabhupada, something will happen. So she intensely prayed to Krishna and Prabhupada, and she went to Sabji Wali and said, Gita lijiye. She don't know what to speak, Gita lijiye, discount में लीजिए. Sabji Wali ने बोला, टाइम किधर है हमारे पास? ऐसा बोल दिया. माता जी पता नहीं अंदर से क्या नरसिंह देव का प्रकट हो गया वो. माता जी से टाइम कैसा नहीं है, बैठ के क्या करेगा? अभी भाजी खरीदने की कोई नहीं, तो पढ़ो गीता पढ़ना चाहिए. 1 कस्टमर 2 कस्टमर उसके पीछे टाइम मिलता है, उसमें पढ़ो गीता. I never thought this lady can speak so much. So she immediately bought the Bhagavad Gita and she took it. And she was thinking, Hare. Mati also was thinking, I never thought I would speak such a thing to that lady. The next day when the Mataji came to distribute books, she was going to a Sabji market and she saw that the Sabji Wali was reading Bhagavad Gita in between 2 customers. So she was saying that it is beyond me. I could never imagine I could speak those words, but to pray to Krishna, Prabhupada, arrange something. And when we do books, we are actually giving opportunity for a person to make success of his human form of life. We all know for guarantee, people in Mumbai are headed to a wrong destination. उतना सबको मालूम है कि no doubt about it. We don't have to read Bhagavad Gita to know that. Everyone knows. Everyone is engaged in all impious activities which will definitely lead to doom. But one Gita goes. Prabhupada says just by touching Prabhupada said this Gita or this book, at least human form of life will be guaranteed. So as devotees we are like soldiers, we are trying to rescue people from the conditional life of this material world. So So the great chance and opportunity, we can come together, we can do something. And whatever we do, properly we have to do that. Hare Krishna.